But we're going to begin with some breaking news this hour, an alleged audio recording of the moment Michael Brown was shot. The FBI has questioned a man who says he recorded the audio of gunshots at the time Michael Brown was shot by Ferguson police on August 9th. That is according to his attorney. CNN cannot independently verify the authenticity of the tape and has reached out to the FBI for confirmation of their interview with the Ferguson resident who says he made the recording. Here it is. Listen.
You are pretty. You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?
So joining me now is Lopa Blumenthal. She is the attorney. We're hearing on this tape your client, Lopa, having a video chat with a friend, just doing normal, whatever you do, and you can hear the gunshots in the background. Explain to us what happened.
That's right. He was in his apartment. He was talking to a friend on a video chat. He heard loud noises, and at the time, he didn't even realize the import of what he was hearing until afterwards. And it just happened to have captured 12 seconds of what transpired outside of his building.
Okay, let's listen one more time to what happened.
You are pretty. You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?
Okay, you have been interviewed by the FBI. He has been interviewed by the FBI tonight. As we were calling your office, you were on the phone with the FBI?
The FBI was in our office interviewing my client.
And what did they talk to him about?
They discussed the tape with him, and they retrieved the information, and they're doing a thorough investigation. They thought that this would be an important part of a piece of the investigation.
And on the tape, we have been told that at least 6 shots were fired at Michael Brown. In the tape that you have that is alleged to be of the shooting, again alleged, we can't independently authorize it as CNN because we did not shoot it. So there are more than 6 shots.
I personally heard at least 11.
At least 11
Yes.
shots. At least 11 shots. Stand by, Lopa. I just want to read this to our viewers. This is what's going on now. This is breaking news. This is purported to be audio of the gunshots fired when Michael Brown was shot between Officer Darren Wilson and Michael Brown. The FBI has questioned a man who says he recorded audio of gunshots at the time Michael Brown was shot by Ferguson police. That was on August 9th. That's according to his attorney, who is here now with us. Her name is Lopa Blumenthal. She's standing here. The man who asked not to be identified, not to be revealed, lives nearby the site of the shooting and was close enough to have heard the gunshots, according to his attorney, who is here. He was speaking to a friend on a video chat service and happened to be recording the conversation at the same time Michael Brown's shooting, again, according to his attorney. In the recording, you can hear a quick series of shots, as you've heard, fired, followed by a pause, and then another quick succession of shots. Again, CNN cannot independently verify the authenticity of the tape and has reached out to the FBI for confirmation of their interview with the Ferguson resident who made the recording. Let's listen to the recording, and we'll continue to talk with the attorney.
You are pretty. You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?
And again, as you say, I hear 11 shots on there. So would the FBI, how long has this tape, how long have you been trying to get in touch with authorities for the tape?
I became aware of this tape through a mutual friend late last week. I had to get his consent before I could reach out to the FBI, but hearing the tape, I thought it was important, and that's something that should be brought forward. We contacted the FBI, and they were very prompt to respond to our inquiries, and they met with him tonight, and they heard what you heard.
I want to bring in now Chris Chestnut, an attorney. Chris joins us now. Chris, this is if this is indeed the shots, right, the audio of the Michael Brown shooting, it is indeed really something to be uncovered. I want you to listen, and then you and I will talk about it. Let's play it again.
You are pretty. You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?
It has been said from those who are doing the autopsy that at least 6 shots, Chris, were fired at Michael Brown. If this is indeed the audio, it sounds like more than 6. I'm hearing 11.
Yeah, this isn't surprising. What is most concerning to me about the shots is the succession, the pause. You hear shots and then there's a pause and there's more shots, which to me indicates an intention. You know, we dealt with a similar thing in the Farrell case in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. 1, 2. And so there were 12 shots, 10 of them striking fatally Jonathan Farrell. And it's the pause that gives most concern in a police shooting, especially with an unarmed victim, because at this point, Mr. Brown is defenseless. He has no weapon. He more likely than not is down, and we saw from the autopsy report that the trajectory of the bullets is down, similar with the Jonathan Farrell case. So I think these are some real concerns about this shooting.
And so, Chris, how might investigators use this? She is saying now that her client has been spoken to by the FBI, has been interviewed by the FBI just a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, I think it can be confirmed by forensics. You know, how many shell casings were at the scene? Where were the shell casings? How many bullets were in the clip of the officer? So there are a lot of options for, a lot of avenues for law enforcement to pursue. The question is, will they pursue them? The question is, was the scene really preserved? Mr. Brown was there for 4 hours, but I didn't really see the scene sterilized, kind of like a CSI, if you will. So there certainly are some concerns that the scene may have been compromised as well. But this audio, I think, will be very probative. It'll be very helpful not only to local authorities, but to federal authorities in their investigation. But again, that pause is indicative of the mens rea, the mental state of that officer as he was pulling the trigger.
All right, Chris, stand by. Also, Lopa Blumenthal, who's the attorney of the man who has this tape, joins us now. I want you to stand by as well. I want to tell our viewers at the top of the hour, we are awaiting a press conference for the man in charge of the operations here, Ronald Johnson. He will give us, at any moment, I should say, he's going to give us an update. But as we go to break, the breaking news is this is purported audio of the Michael Brown shooting. I want you to listen as we go to break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Here it is.
You are pretty. You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?